Hi, everyone. Welcome to Feeling and Finding You this Thursday morning. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about attracting what you want uh, and using your feelings rather than your thoughts. Hi, Jen. There's been some updates to Facebook and to Be Live, so we're kind of just figuring that out as we go today. And it's always good. It always works out. So here we go. Uh, so if you haven't been to one of my lives before, it's all about feeling and finding you and being connected to your inner being, being connected to your source, which is your inner being, all of that. Switch my glasses here. Um, when we are in tune with our inner being, our inner guidance system, life flows so much easier. And it just takes a little bit of practice to learn how to do that and to be aware of it. So I love these videos to help you feel that and help you know what that feels like, because we forget, when we were a kid, we knew this. And as we got older and grew up and society changed us, or parents or whatever, grandparents, they put their beliefs onto us, sort of, and not meaning to, but just that's how it was. But when you look at nature, look at animals, they have that innate knowing and that connection always. And what I'm here to help you with is to get that back, because we had it as children. We had it when we were babies. We had it when we were little. My grandkids have it still, and I am fostering that in them, helping them to stay connected. And as a parent, try to do that too. It's so awesome. So I'm going to read just a little couple paragraphs out of the book, The Vortex, by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And this book is so awesome. It's really about all the relationships in your life, the relationship between you and you, the relationship between you and your kids, you and your parents, you and your ancestors, your grandparents, in your life, all the relationships in your life. It's a really, really good book to have in your library and to read. It's just awesome. There's many golden nuggets in every sentence practically. So good one to learn, to read. So I'll just read these couple paragraphs and then we'll do some freedom release method to help us get more in tune with the beliefs that we want to have for ourselves. So it is possible to become aware of the attracting of an unwanted situation and to head it off before it comes into full realization in your experience by becoming aware of it and utilizing the wonderful emotional guidance you were born with. But most people indiscriminately give attention to whatever it is in their view and then accept the inevitability of their emotional responses to those thoughts. So what that's saying is, we sometimes believe what we see, the circumstances that are there right in front of us, but we don't realize that it's our thoughts that are bringing that in, our feelings that are bringing that in. So if we learn to get out ahead of it a little bit, and when we sense things coming, we can pre-pave it, I guess we call it, to feeling good. Look for the good in what's coming up. Look for the good in what is right now, appreciating where you're at right now. And it helps bring more of that, bring more of the good feelings, bring more, we don't want to focus on what's going wrong in the world or in our life. Focus on what's good, and it brings about more of that. And I know sometimes people get so caught up in all the news and all the bad things going on in the world. They don't realize that they're creating more of it by focusing on that. And it's not living in a Pollyanna world, not paying attention to what's going on. But you can notice it, you can acknowledge it, but we don't have to stay in that feeling, in that heaviness of the world. Make it lighter, feel good, notice the good things, notice the beautiful seasons, the beautiful snow on the ground right now, the beautiful, pet your dog, pet your cat. Pay attention to what helps you feel good rather than what is going around, what's going on in the world that's heavy or not feeling good. So I'll read on. Sorry, I went on a tangent there, but it's so important. They accept that there are bad feelings out there in the world, and when they focus upon those bad things, they expect to feel bad. And they do. Rarely do they understand the important reason for their bad feeling, but we will state it simply for you here. When you focus upon a subject or situation and you feel bad, it is not the subject or the situation that is the reason for your bad feeling. You feel bad because the thoughts have caused a vibrational separation in you. In other words, you have chosen to give your attention to something that the source within you is not giving attention to. So in other words, you're separating yourself from your inner being, from your source, from your internal guidance. You're letting the bad feelings separate what feels good. When we're feeling good, when we're looking at the good things, we're connected. We're connected with source. We're connected with our inner being. So when we focus on the not good feelings or not, the not good things going on, that's disconnecting us from who we truly are and what we're here to be. So, and it is with good reason that the source within you is not giving attention to the thing that makes you feel bad. And when you do, source understands the power of attraction and does not want to add to the creation of unwanted things. And when you do, you feel bad every time. So, when we're focusing on that, it just creates momentum in the bad feelings. It brings more to us. So the next paragraph is really good. And conversely, when you think thoughts during which you feel passionate or happy or loving or eager, you are choosing thoughts in which the larger part of you is also completely immersed. But instead of causing a separation between you and your source, you are now creating a partnership or relationship with power and clarity and well-being. So, focus on more of that. Focus on the things that help you feel good. Focus on the things that feel light to you. Focus on, if all you have right now that feels good is a good cup of coffee, focus on that. If all you have right now that feels good is petting your cat, going for a walk with your dog, do that. Or just going for a walk in nature, or maybe going to the mall and walking around and seeing people, pick out people that are smiling, that are happy, and that will help you feel better. Walking in nature, seeing the birds, seeing the little squirrels run around looking for nuts and berries and whatever. Um, it just helps you have those good feelings. So find whatever it is, and sometimes it's good to just make a list of things that make you feel good. And then when you are feeling low, you can look at that list and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee, or I'm going to take a nap, or I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to go get one of my grandkids and take them to the park. Do something, um, call a friend, do something that will get you feeling a little better. And we don't have to go from, feeling way down in the dumps to feeling, whoa, I'm so happy. That's not what it's about. Just get a little bit better, little bit better, a little bit better. And that always, you just continually go up the scale of feeling good. So, hi, Scott. Um, so let's do some freedom release method. Uh, and if you haven't done this before with me, it's a simple breathing technique. You breathe in and hold your breath while I say a statement. And then you think it while I'm saying it for you. And it just allows blocks in your belief system or in your energy to release so that you can feel good and have these better beliefs that you want for yourself rather than the beliefs that we were told to have, or we gathered as we were growing up. And so it's just easy, light. We'll do some releases, and then after we're done with that, we'll do some Phillips. So the release statement is just a little bit than the Phillips statement. So just follow along. You don't have to worry about, oh, am I doing this right? Just breathe when I tell you to breathe in. And then I'll say the statement, and then you just blow it out. And make an effort of blowing it out away from you. So breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I am attracting the things that I want in my life. Blow it out. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with my feelings attract my experience. Good. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I am becoming more and more aware of my emotional guidance system. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I choose to focus on the good in the world. Good. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I attract what I spend the most time focusing on. And that's a really good one. Don't be fearful of your thoughts. Don't think, oh no, I thought about something bad, or I thought about something negative, or I watched the news, or don't think, oh, now I'm going to attract that. It's what you spend the most time focusing on. So when something negative happens in your life, you can acknowledge it. Of course, it's there. It's right in front of you. Acknowledge it, appreciate it for what it is, and move on, move forward on to something better, on to something that feels better. So don't just dwell on the things. We always have wobbles in our life, and those wobbles are to give us more clarity on what we do want rather than what we don't want. So don't be scared to look at those things, but don't dwell on them. Don't Don't, you know, get stuck in that. Just acknowledge it, appreciate it for what it is, and let it go. You know, we can only move forward. We can't move backwards in our life. And why would you want to? The good stuff is ahead. The good stuff is right here in the now. So don't ever live in the past. We can't change that. We can't go back. All we can do is go forward. So breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I am more and more aware of my connection to source or inner being every day. Good. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with choosing joy. Good. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with looking for the good in life. Good. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I know I can always pivot to a better feeling thought. Good. Breathe in and hold. I release all blocks and barriers with I am always strengthening my relationship with my inner being, my source, my me. Okay, now we'll do some Phillips. I hope you're all feeling good. And the Phillips are just the same kind of statements, but we're appreciating it more. We are, hi Dave, we are becoming more of what we want to be. You know, when you strengthen that relationship between you and you, your outside you and your inner being or your source, your connection to God, source, whatever you call your higher power, then you're able to be more of yourself. You're able to be more authentic to yourself. And when we're all doing that, the world is a much happier, much more joyful, much more content place. When we're not content with what's going on in our life, when we're not filled up by the things that are happening in our life, there's a disconnection with our inner being. And, you know, we're all meant to be individuals and unique. What a boring world it would be if everyone was the same, right? So get in touch with your inner being and practice these things that I talk about every week. And the more you do that, the more comfortable you'll be with being who you really are or who you really be, rather than who you think people who you think people think you should be. A lot of times we put those thoughts in our mind and it's not what people are thinking. A lot of times they see the real you and you're not recognizing that. So just be more conscious of your internal guidance, your connection to that being, and notice that when you're not feeling good, that's when you're disconnected. That's when you're growing apart from your inner being rather than closer to your inner being. So just pay attention to how your body feels. Does it feel light or heavy? You know, I mentioned that every week, and it's so important. And the more you do it, the easier it is, and the more you'll stay connected, and the more you'll feel joy in your life every day. So, okay, let's do some Phillips. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know I attract what I spend the most time focusing on. Good. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I am now becoming more and more aware of my emotional guidance system. Good. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know I can always pivot to a better feeling anytime, any place. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I am always strengthening my relationship with my inner being, my source, my me. Awesome. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I choose joy and happiness in my life, always. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because now I choose to focus on the good in the world. Breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know my feelings are attracting my experience. And breathe in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because now I know my relationship with my inner being, my source, my internal guidance system is the most important relationship I have. Okay, awesome, everybody. Have an amazing Thursday. I love you all. And check out Best Life's YouTube channel, just Best Life Creation Society. And our website is bestlifecreationsociety.com. And if you want to follow me, my business page on Facebook is called Inspired Signals. So I hope to see you around this week. Have an awesome day, and thank you for being you. Love you all.